And it is with that we shut the music off, and I say hello, ladies, gentlemen, miscellaneous entities of random, various, and fantastic configurations that come from beyond the star, beyond space and time, or beyond any mortal reckoning. It is Friday, March 22nd, 2013. It is just about 7 p.m. exactly here in the Chicago suburbs, and I am Flynn Church. And this is, as always, when it is what it is the Church of Flynn. This is the first time we've streamed this week. I apologize. Deeply, deeply apologize. It was not a good week. I was set up to go on Wednesday. All set up to go. Everything was happy, shiny, go. And I had to run somebody in for emergency dental work. So, it was just one of those things where I struggled and I fought and I pushed uphill. And finally, here we are. Now, we are going to take, I don't know how long a jaunt it's going to be. It's a quick jaunt, but I don't know if it's going to be quick, long, hard, fast, whatever. It could be any number of adjectives. Through Bastion, which was a big hit indie game, a year, 2 years ago, something like that. It's not exactly new and current. But me being me, I didn't get to play it. And it came across my desk pretty recently, at a really low price, and I went with it. And now I have it, and now I'm going to play it for you. I know almost nothing about this game other than it was supposedly good. Other sources said it was as boring as watching paint exist. Not just dry, as paint exist. So, well, we're going to see what happens. And, we'll have a good night. We'll chill out. We'll hang out. We'll have some pizza. In about a half an hour, I will need to break because I will need to get food. I was told that we will be configuring the dinner plans in about half an hour. I was told this about 10 minutes ago. So, regardless, let's hit the flibbity-gibbet widget bidget. I think I hit the right flibbity-gibbet. Nope, I hit the wrong... no, I did... Yeah, I hit the right one. Okay, cool. And, I forgot to toggle something. That's why you can't hear anything, because it's muted. I'm going to bring Bastion down. And it's time to hit this story button. Unlimited chances to carry on undefeated. Sweat. Less experienced players of all ages. Or start a new game. Why would we not play... Excuse me, why would we not play normal? We are not babies. We are hardcore.
Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one.
We'll figure it out.
Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
Rock out. With your, hammer out.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Well, it's gotta be on,
Ground forms up under his feet as if pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why.
I think I'm gonna stop to wonder why.
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
I got me a him all.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
Was it calamity? Is it a trigger?
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella. Forced out from underground.
I am not a man, sir.
Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though.
Hey there, Mad Talk. I was wondering if you were gonna stop in. Because it is oh shit Bastion. Crystal-y stuff. I don't know what the hell I'm collecting, but I'm collecting it. Yes, Bastion was the humble indie game of the week.
Kid just rages for a while.
Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta rage for a while. A small donation to the Electronic Frontier Fund, whatever they're calling themselves. Hey, Lugbia, what it is, homegees.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
Oh.
Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
Ho, 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 I have a machine gun. How is everybody tonight? Anybody and everybody? Because I can't see the chat list as it always seems to be here in Twitch. I can't tell who that is. Foundation is... I just like breaking stuff. There's a lot of stuff to break. I'm gonna keep breaking.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
So we got like healing stuff.
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
Yeah, well, they're gonna flee back. So I ain't got time for your she-manigans. Also, keep me up to date on how the sound
And
levels
then
are.
he falls to his death. I'm just fooling.
Asshole.
It's a wonder the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did.
Randy Rondi or just Rondi? Sorry, Rondi, I'm gonna smash your shit.
Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Woo, I got a butthead shield.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief.
You know, I kind of am a petty thief. Not petty, but, you know. I am kind of breaking it. Somebody call Link.
Clang. Shield saves his hide.
What about that so fine?
Windbags start turning up for last call.
Last call for alcohol. One bourbon, one scotch, and one bar.
more squirts start coming out of the woodwork.
Really? You can get back into the woodwork. And I hit the wrong
Big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Them windbags are playing for keeps. Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
It's not the drop that counts. It's the sudden impact at the very, 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 very bottom.
Ronde always wanted his ashes scattered here.
I'm sure he did. I'm just not sure he wanted it with a hammer. Well, I hope he didn't like his bar, because he ain't got one no more. Then again, he ain't got no him no more, so... And, as fair warning, I'm probably going to drop into a southern accent here a couple times, so, yeah.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
That's good.
Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
You know, after a couple days in Tomb Raider,
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
sounds like it's screaming. An upgrade material for the Berserker stuff. I like the whole build as you go.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Really good graphical. Really good. Maddening props.
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner.
Well, sometimes when you rest, you just gotta learn fast.
Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true.
Everybody
He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
So you can pick the repeater, the bow, or the hammer. Well, I like the bow. And whirlwind. So, not really a lot of choices there this year. I'm sure that'll change. I'm real sure that'll change.
One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
So plus 10 max health, plus 10 crit chance, plus 10 a fetch and fuzz. I'm gonna go with squirt cider for now, just because. Man, it's kind of like Soul Blazer. I'm rebuilding the world by kicking the shit out of it.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
This is weird, y'all. Wrong button again. Kid eats his apples, feels better. He's so bound to die a horrible death that he's dying while dead.
Whoa! Watch his step.
The fuck did you just do, kid?
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way.
Yeah, it's an old ferry barge. It ain't even
The Bastion's real close now.
And then the game ends.
Right back at you.
I really like the soundtrack. Yeah, hit the heal button. I'm gonna burn through my healing shit so fast.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags.
Killing
Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
Piss off, man. I ain't got time for your shenanigans. Man, there's blueberry everywhere.
Robs a scumbag of his last meal.
And the kid walked off. The kid ain't too bright, but we likes him nonetheless.
Kid puts him out of his misery.
No, I actually have never played this before. I know a little bit about it from other people talking, but I just got it this week.
He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well.
Kind of an asshole thing to do, kid.
Kid has a feeling you better get a move on. The place is starting to fall.
Oh, yeah, let's get the shuffle puck shuffling, boys.
See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat.
I apologize for that really horrible squealing sound.
Kid just keeps running.
The terrible squealing sound you were hearing there, and you'll probably hear it again.
The Skyway's in sight.
The 360 wired controller I'm using has a problem with one of the motors.
Where it needs to go.
One of the vibrator motors is jammed
Now
up.
the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
Okay, so the hammer hits harder if I stand still. Okay. Well, it's locked out right
Did
now.
anybody else survive?
No. Well,
Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me.
I'm an ugly son of a
We
bitch.
talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch.
Aight. I'm flexible.
And just like that, the Bastion comes alive.
No, it's a hub.
Starts growing again, growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
Now, what exactly that means, I ain't telling
Ain't
you.
always much to say. Kid ponders what to build.
Plans for a facility where specially brewed spirits enhance one arsenal.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Where whiskey? Okay, when I'm below 33% health, I get a plus 100% crit chance. That sounds dangerous. 33% speed while defending, plus 1 chance to carry on if defeated. I think the Cinder Block Stout is good. Well, hey there, Zetsubera.
Cinder Brick Stout sure goes down smooth, then stays in your gut like a rock.
Is up in Happy Town with you, my friend.
Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him.
Well, that's part of the nature
The
of the adventure.
Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands. The Workman Ward. Them windbags used to keep the city humming along here. The Breaker Barracks. Many straight shooters learned their way here.
Well, let's see what this is. Not a lot. I do got some good news for y'alls, though.
The Breakers used to come here for target practice.
One
Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets and the fewest shots.
just a second. Came home today and found
He's
out.
focused. He's armed. And he's off.
Someone had gone the extra mile and purchased BioShock Infinite for me. Completely unexpected.
Perfect shot just happens in a flash.
So next week we will have BioShock Infinite ready to go. And since I don't have classes next week because we're off for spring break. Oh shit. I didn't realize that one wasn't dead.
Kid ain't done bad at all.
I ain't done good at all either. We'll be able to do BioShock Infinite next week on launch day probably. So they are fragments of the old world usable at the Bastion.
He returns with some of the materials we need.
And his face in the dirt.
Sometimes a single look says it all.
And sometimes you're just kind of a prick. You're like Samuel L. Suck. Alright, I'm gonna try that spot again just because I think I can do one better. Now that I actually understand what I'm doing. Well, it depends. Are you in high school or college?
Kid ain't had enough of the Breakers Barracks.
Just tell you what, when you're in college, spring break is a fucking godsend. Tell you what.
Takes practice, and a mighty strong bow helps too.
Stop aiming at the wrong one. I got the exact same score, 14. And I'll come back here later off stream. Yeah, college, it's a blast in college, and then suddenly you go into the working world, and it's like, yeah, you don't get to do this shit anymore. Stop spring breaking.
Can't be too careful these days.
Apparently the kid does not know the definition of the word careful. Oh god, Monster Hunter. Don't even get me started on Monster Hunter. I so want to play that, and I can't.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong.
Is that where good and evil hang out?
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time.
I like this arrow thing.
Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw.
Woo! I can throw my machete. I want to get into some Monster Hunter, but it's just not going to happen anytime soon. Because there are a couple complications, like the fact I don't own a 3DS or a Wii U, so... Hard to play a game what you ain't got the machine for.
They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble.
I haven't played PlayStation All-Star. Then again, that's another case of... That's a system I don't have. I don't own a PS3. PS All-Stars for me, yo.
Them squirts just don't know when to quit. He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag Alley.
That's a good name.
Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash.
That's a good name for a place that's full of
And
scumbags.
there he is. The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel.
What kind of name is Gershel?
The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition.
I'm gonna get rid of this son of a bitch because he's still making shit.
Kid cuts up Gershel like a pineapple. Old scumbag didn't feel a thing.
It's kind of sad. I kind of want him to feel it. Feel when I'm stabbing you, boy. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it.
The rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back. No core, no surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from him.
So what are people playing right now? Recently, anyway, because some stuff came out this week other than Monster Hunter, but I can't remember what it was. Couldn't have been that good.
Yeah, there was this game, but I have no idea what it was called. It had some pictures and some things about guys.
Okay, I got something sharp. And that's power up for my machete.
He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge.
Oh, StarCraft. Wish I could be enthusiastic about that game, but I don't really do strategy games, so...
Somehow that old forge is still standing.
The way I swing the machete, it ain't gonna be for long.
Inside the forge, Key can fine-tune those instruments of his.
Heart of the Shark. I heard it's easy. Well, I'm gonna definitely take
Kid's
that.
lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
More penetrations or faster shots?
With a good length of meat-gut, that bow's like new again.
Meat gut?
Ew, misgut.
The little Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light.
Wow. Powered the shit out of my there if I did.
Core ain't here neither, so he's gotta guess again.
Alright, folks. It is past, so I need to take a quick break. Go alert my housemate, figure dinner out. I will be back in a little bit. More penetration of faster shots. Y'all, hang tight. Mr. Flynn will return before you know it. Really? Move, Mike. I don't actually know anything about home run in pizza, so I've had the microwave or like the frozen stuff, but not the better stuff. 1 second. There we go. And, well, you know, doesn't matter who you are. Frozen pizza is nothing compared to the real stuff. Real stuff. Also, hey there, G Willikers. Golly gee Willikers. I'm gonna come back on the air for a little while, and while they figure their stuff out about food. We've got just about every pizza joint you can think of out here, except Eno's. We don't have them. We've got Papa John's, and Pizza Hut, and Domino's, and Little Caesars, and Jet, Mine, New York, Serpino's. It's a big pizza town. Yeah, I can get 50% off at a couple of places. The problem is I gotta wait for her to actually be up so we can order, because I can't just order what I
Place
want.
to find
Not
the
just
likes
me.
of Percy the Snitch. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his.
I hope that's not gonna come back to haunt me.
Keeps telling himself he better watch his step.
Oh. Keep doing that for what little good it is. There's a couple places that'll give you huge discounts if you order online. You can also use Grubhub, and a bunch of places will give you extra discounts.
Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to tend to his flock.
And off the ledge we go. He doesn't even have a witty comment this time. So the kid fell in the damn hole again. Oh yeah, I don't like ordering live.
Know why gas fellas all dress alike? Kids wondering the same thing.
Because you may not guess this, but I'm kinda not a real big social guy. I'm a little shy. I don't like dealing with people. Y'all are different. Y'all aren't. I was about to say y'all aren't people, but that would be the wrong answer. Y'all are people. Y'all are the best people. Y'all are good people. Let's just go with
And
that.
there it is. But it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
Come on, stop with the stomping. Stop with the stomping. Okay, I need to like land and then heal.
And now there's a new marshal in town.
Oh hey, they like me now. They like me. They really, really like me.
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall.
And then
Kid's ready to go,
falls anyway.
and his ticket out's right where he started.
But then there's complications. Hints, allegations, things left unsaid. So the kid's got a hanker for pizza. But there ain't no pizza joints left. Not in this saggy bottom world. No siree Bobarooski dooski.
He comes back, just like I knew he would.
Cause that's
Core
what
hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next. The windbags used to be alright. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him.
Okay, I can build a forge or an arsenal. I'm gonna build an arsenal first, just because there's
The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
mirror shield, dancing shot, squirt lure, secret breaker technique. Then we'll take that one. New skill assigned. Alright.
A bow and a machete, every bit as effective as the fancier stuff.
Well, they damn well better be, because they're what I have.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
Well, let's see what's down here. Secret skills are powerful, but require poop to use. Poop!
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
Pretty tight, man. I killed you with my butt.
Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds. Blasted things hurt like a broken heart.
This thing kills people just like dead. An upgrade material for the Fang Repeater. Prickly bundle of bones from a carrion critter. City never got these under control. The calamity did. That is kind of a rallying cry I've heard a few times before. We thought we were going to solve this problem, and eventually we fell off the ledge. Eventually we did. So I'm saving this place by destroying it one block at a time. Kind of like my spring break.
If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. He cuts down every stab weed like there's gonna be a prize for it.
There's an achievement.
Core stuck inside one of those fancy cages.
Let's just mutilate stuff for a little bit. The kid just hits everything in the side. It's going out of style. Like there's some kind of competition for hitting shit. I can see why people kind of thought the narrator was doofy.
Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous.
Because he kind of is goofy.
He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong?
Thank you for that one, Mr. Narrator, who makes everything go
Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt is born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while.
It won't be the first time I've had to sit and wait for shit. Man, this machete's nice. It's all right. Slash, 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 slash.
Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he popped that mean old fork.
Man, I got some friends in weird places.
At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell.
It's really hard to tell when it's a scripted event.
Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up.
Yeah, free sample. Fuck you.
One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy.
Yeah, thank you, narrator. You want to come in here and help me maybe deal with this troublesome scene a little bit?
A few moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7, give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
You make that sound easy. If I'm leaving without killing everybody?
It ain't all bad, as a kid finds some spices from the motherland. Tax-free.
You cray-cray. You cray-cray. That's crazy. Goodbye. Don't cry for me, finished level. You knew that you couldn't beat me.
I still remember the look on his face after that one.
Sayonara, scumbags.
The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Celandia. It was good living here for a while.
You make it sound like it ain't good living no mo. Is it not good living no mo? Because, you know, honest and serious question.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here.
Can we really? Well, seeing as I don't use the repeater right now, I don't know why I'd upgrade it.
Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows.
It's like a box of cereal gone horribly, horribly wrong. Instead of getting a tattoo or a free ring, you get dead.
Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste.
Okay, so what's the goal here? Or harm?
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply.
I dig.
Ain't nothing more healthful.
I don't know so much about that. Kind of doesn't sound like a good idea.
Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. slippery little devils. Other folks came to train their throwing arms.
Stop dodging.
Still others use the place to test their finest blades. Place gets awful slick sometimes.
And still others used it to test how many times they could fall off that damn ledge.
Kid cuts all of them down soon enough.
But he gets his shitty reward because, well, he ain't cutting them down an hour fast enough. The kid sighs because that one was fucked up.
Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch smelling good and ripe.
And I break him open because he's tastier that way. I don't have enough for the next level, so... Whee! Whee! Alright, on to the Sundown Path.
Couples used to walk the Sundown Path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though.
He could whack off at home just as well as he can here. Using his bedroom and a couple of magazines and that there internet. A lot safer than running around with a sword. Even the kid knows that.
But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid.
That's bad. Oh shit.
Floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Stray valuables are lying everywhere. Kid thinks twice about risking his hide for him, though.
And then does it anyway.
Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up.
this
See,
street
the
fest?
path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Not so much for noise and tomfoolery. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along.
Kid ain't real keen
Air
on
travel
going.
always was an iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows.
The hell is this calamity you keep talking about, man? I mean, I'm gonna guess it was some event of some colossal and catastrophic magnitude.
Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core?
The bad guy. Gotta be bad guy.
Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back.
Well, then we are royally fucked. Game's over. Everybody go home. Fucking monster ate the plot device.
Know they used to ship live munitions down the path. Find time to find them. He's wise to toss those things plenty far away.
Something burnt.
Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when they wake up.
Going up.
In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity?
Other than the stranger, of course. Nope, I think I just...
So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us. What else is there to say?
I was gonna ask you that, Mr. Man. An upgrade weapon for material for a certain weapon. Well, apparently I don't have it yet. +1 blades per throw, or critical hit damage. I'm gonna take
War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them.
Okay, so hanging gardens now. Yeah, man, I wouldn't kill for tacos, but I could go for some. That'd be awesome. Matto, go fetch me some tacos.
The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this.
You know, that is kind of creepy. You know, I hate to think that I'm just running around killing people. Near and as I can tell, they already dead.
These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. Someone who ain't like Mr. Beckley and his kindly wife. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what.
The kid is hard as steel. He ain't never been like this. You still
He's got
watching
so many
that
questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers.
What the hell?
The Thunder Brothers didn't make it.
I don't know. Hopefully you're free tomorrow then.
They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy. Didn't make it. The Jawsons. They didn't make it.
Like a laundry list of dead people. I'm not really happy that I'm reading the fucking obits.
Grady Sr., Grady Jr. They didn't make it. But him, he survived.
How do you manage this? Mystical, magical feat of feediness.
Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we?
Better for worse. I get
The core survives as well. Kid does what he has to do.
And then some.
And then? What do you say to a man who's seen too much?
What have you seen?
Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please. He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf.
He's Bishonen.
No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Celandia.
Caledonia.
He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time.
Okay. Everything's ordered. Huzzah. I have a pizza coming. It has stuff on it. It has bacon. And then I'm getting bread with bacon and a bacon salad. Thanks for being patient and waiting while I put in my order for many bacons. That's not really what I wanted to do, but...
Of course. They remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright.
Of course they remember.
For Zolf, Ceylandia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. He was born in the Tazil terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
We've destroyed ourselves, so... No time for the chicken wine.
Well, look what we have here.
Plans for a structure that chronicles past and future events, a necessary testament to the calamity, by paying tribute to the past or maybe to the future. I'm gonna build the Lost and Found.
The lost and found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
Oh, so I can buy bits and pieces. Graver slash, something coarse for a weapon I don't have. Something nasty for the repeater, sharp for the machete, stringy for the bow, heavy for the kale hammer. A bronze spyglass. Sundown path. Crystal barrette. A memento. Ooh. Health tonic capacity increase. Woohoo! I'll buy the shit out of that.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
100% damage when counter-blocking with the bullhead shield. Automatically retaliate when Stab Synth. I like that name. I'm gonna open a drink called, or I'm gonna make a drink called Stab Synth. The drink's so bitter it stabs you back. Okay, I'm gonna switch that out for Bastion Bourbon. Not Bastion. Yes, Bastion Bourbon.
If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion Bourbon.
Bastion Bourbon. It ails for
We
what's good.
tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
Stab Synth. Okay, let's go to Cinder Block Fort. Or Cinder Fort Block, or blah 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 blah.
There's only one way into Cinder Brick Fort.
That's being
The
dead.
hard way.
Unsweetened grapefruit juice, bitters, and vodka.
Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags.
Right about this point, as you're talking about this drink, Matt Elk, I wish I drank. Because unfortunately, everything you're talking about sounds really good, and I have no idea what it actually tastes like.
The calamity was mercy for normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky. They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid.
Well, I'm glad they was good tacos, my man. No one should have to suffer through terrible tacos. We'll even call them that. We'll call them terra tacos. They're the tacos that time and taste forgot. There you go. We're gonna have terra tacos and stab synth. Get on that, guys. Get on that. That's gonna be dinner tomorrow. It's Terra tacos and stab synth.
Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort. Kid can't hardly tell up from down after a while.
That's a joke, talking about how bad you are about staying on your feet, boy.
At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift.
That looks like a goddamn silenced pistol.
Something the windbags just can't handle.
No, it's
Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides.
a big fucking musket. Alright, I'll go with that.
Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal.
Unfortunately, people happen to be there meals. Oh, I see the benefit of this particular Gizmotron. I keep hitting the wrong button.
The Calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort.
I hate you, call 'em. Die! 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 Oh, for fuck's sake.
Good thing the windbags don't know kids fresh out of health tonics.
Good things you just told them, old man. Thanks.
Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days. The windbags put the kid on notice.
You're on notice. Don Trump? What? Ah, I hate Don Trump.
Windbags can't use the marshal supplies, but the kid sure can.
Well, the kid is fucking getting his fucking bow back the fuck out.
He stashes the marshal's prize. Goes back to something more his style.
And then walks off a damn ledge. Apparently walking off a damn ledge
As
is
for
more
the
my style.
windbags, Cinder Brick gave him enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though. So many of those sorry things holed up inside that old fort.
4 times, trying to kill me and all that. You one of them, Mr. Stranger Man, who tells all these stories?
Not a scratch on him as he presses on to higher ground.
He's got healing stuff. sound like a help hint out of Ninja Gaiden, which I got that there too a lot. Block more, block more, block more, because I'm really bad about blocking. I feel like I'm just abusing Estus flasks.
Kid's stash of grenades is there for him if things get even worse.
No, it's not, because the kid isn't carrying grenades.
Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned.
This is why he's taking very careful aim and taking out all these goddamn flamethrowers, because he's not afraid of what's going to happen to him. Oh man, I think you're making up stuff faster than I.
They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose.
Keep hitting the wrong button to attack. Not real helpful when I'm sitting there half-cocking arrows.
Kid takes down Glutus. Or maybe it was Glandon.
Who the fuck cares?
The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. The Windbags finally get the message.
The kid means business. Business means the kid. So the kid means the kid. And A equals A. Alright, have a good store run there, boss. Don't run over nobody who don't deserve it. And don't deserve nobody who don't get run over. Wait, that makes no sense. Makes more sense than a lot of things I say, so... yeah.
Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this.
Memento, a prestigious symbol of city's law enforcement.
And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Ulf's telling me about his own journey to the city.
They made a movie out of it. They called it The Journey to the City.
The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity.
Sometimes that's all you
Zolf
can
brought
ask.
his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals. Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him.
So So your stories contradict. Good to know.
Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was a smoking pipe. Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
And now he's higher than a motherfucker. Higher than a mother.
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
Bit, that's the phrase I'm looking for. A little bit, superfluous, boss.
Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
The kid is exhausted. He's tired. He can't get to his favorite store on the city.
Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his.
Interesting. Kid's got, like, history and shit.
Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
Place.
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too.
Aw, ain't no good ever come from a statement like that. Oh hey, thanks for making holes in the floor. just like appeared under me.
The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found neither.
That don't serve nothing well. Goddamn holes in the ground.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls.
I'll tell you something about the kid.
Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break.
Learn to bend, learn to flex, learn to make a really bitchin' taco salad.
In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody.
And then he walked off a ledge.
One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that.
That was a pretty quick calamity.
All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back.
And boy, did he do a lot of work. Ah! Recover into a hole.
Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him.
Oh, god damn it, I did it again.
Well, he finally arrived at Caelondia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else.
I couldn't even see what was happening there. Come on. And off the ledge again? I'm 100% sure how I got hit there, but okay.
But then, all he got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name.
Do you even have a name, boy? And off into the abyss. And into the abyss. Oh, come
What was I
on.
saying? Anyway. Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made them real, not me.
What the hell are you talking about, crazy old man?
I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
What the hell? I'm a wee bit confused about what just went on in there. Or as I'm sure somebody would say, I'd sure like to say I know what went on in there, but I don't.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. The memorial. Here a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
So you need 6 mementos. Shows your passing skill with the Fang Repeater. Defeat a foe by counterblocking its melee while it was 20. Gains 20 secret skills. Find 13,000 land pieces. 15 foes in a row without missing. Tenor foe with a single shot. Ow. And defeat 15 beasts. Alright. Oh.
The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more. Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
I'm gonna go out and guess that probably these are things that I missed over the course of a level. I was supposed to get them and I didn't. And now it's like, yeah, you can pick them back up, but you gotta pay for them. That's the Bastion, the Trapper for the hunting rifle, the Proving Ground for the shield, Proving Ground for the rifle again. It says rifle. Oh, that's probably the flechette, or the thing. Okay, Pith Orchard. I'm gonna run here, but I hope it's good, or otherwise I'm gonna be pissed off. Sorry.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either.
I didn't fall this time.
Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one. The gods ain't gonna catch you if you fall.
How deep? Ah, God damn it. Deep and demeaning.
Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too. Seems Pith ain't much of a watchdog.
I'm sure he ain't gonna stay like that for long. Call me kooky.
The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
Word. So I have another memento. Alright.
Pith stood for something once. Something real.
Something real silly?
In time,
Chocolatey?
though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. He couldn't even save his loyal subjects.
Sounds like fate betrayed him. These things do happen. Faith is a wicked beast, two-edged sword. Comes back and
Pith
stabs.
makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Ain't easy punching through his hide. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine.
Kid's good about breaking
So
shit.
what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off?
God of commotion and order. The wakeful bull, patient yet temperamental, adorns the city's wall with his likeness. If I invoke him, foes shall grow quicker to move and to strike. I don't know why I'd want to do that.
Kid don't need favors from the likes of Piff.
My life's fucked up enough as it
If
is.
the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore.
Show surpassing skill with the war machine. Oh, awesome. So I got one of the
Popping windbags is hard enough. No need to get the gods involved. shit out of it. I kind of understand the complaint now that some people have that it's really, really slow. And it does kind of get dull at points. It's fun though. I like the story. The writing is good. I think that carries kind of the gameplay. Things might have gone worse if Kid tampered with that shrine.
Unfortunately, the narrator keeps making the kid sound like a wussy, and the kid ain't really enjoying this concept too much. The kid
Kid
kind
ain't
of
found the
wishes the stranger would shut the
core.
fuck
At
up.
least he found Zolf's precious shrine.
I wish I had a parachute.
Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind.
You really got a sinister air to you, boss.
The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls. Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy.
I relate to his sentiment right there.
The Gravers, the arm of justice. They seemed unstoppable.
Alright, so I didn't get a core out of that. So I gotta go find one. Langston River, huh? Or Langsian, I can't tell which one it is.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off.
Stranger things have already happened in this game, boss.
Riverbank swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid.
And then they notice the
Lucky
kid.
for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weepin' Nellie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast.
Maybe she's just a...
Or maybe not. The security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinderbrick. They try to cut her off.
They ain't met me, have they?
They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kids gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors.
Yeah, I agree. Favors for favors, boss.
At least she picked a good spot for a break, 'cause the core's right there.
I'll give 2 squirts of piss in the wind about the arsenal.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. They've been watching his every move. They have
watching
their own eyes on the core. But why?
Roll off the ledge.
Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go.
He ain't exactly sure how he knows this, but he does.
Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough.
And then he walks off the ledge. Oh, right, I gotta hit the switch. And that tone you just heard is dinner coming in. Pizza.
She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. The windbags get an even better idea. They aim to smash with Nelly to splinters. He takes a hard hit, but he ain't finished. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nelly.
She's breaking up, Captain.
She's just gotta make one last stop. With her last breath, Nelly gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Pecker country.
I hate it when I get attacked by
They want
Pecker.
that core real bad. Might be they want it just as bad as a kid. Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times Kid nearly fell off the barge back there?
All of
4
them.
times.
I think I fell off nearly more than that.
Now, listen close. You should remember this next part.
Okay.
Why go to Prosper Bluff?
I don't know, because it's where the level led me.
Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far.
From the way you've
The
described
city
it.
was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? There the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again?
Sweet, sweet music. Something vaguely resembling it there, huh?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oop. Walking where there ain't no road means walking off the sky. You skybound, boy? Climbing on, climbing on. Thanks for the power up. Smashing rocks with a machete for fun and profit. Yes, profit. I ain't using those damn things. This is probably gonna be the last level, folks. Dinner is here, and I need to go get it, take care of stuff before sleep.
Well,
I gotta
no point explaining what happens next.
day
right?
tomorrow. I might be on some tomorrow, but probably be on a lot more Sunday.
Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes.
Whoa, you found a woman.
They'll be here before too long. We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow or again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find.
Yeah, well, alright, I'll go on to the next one.
If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Caelondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there, and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal. Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. Behold, the Pantheon.
Foes shall have vengeance in the throes of defeat. Sounds like suicide bullets. Here, one more level.
We track the final core beyond the city to the wilds.
Excuse me.
The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it. No know what's better than having a slinger pistol in a fight? Having two.
Fuck the rock on.
Savage things lurking at every turn. Kids faster than a slinger with those guns. Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon.
God damn it. Guys, we need 2 minutes to work.
By now, kids got more needles in them than a stab weed. They shouldn't have let their guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Wallflowers survive the calamity. Same goes for the kid.
I'm a survivor, brosif. Gonna take more than this to kill me. Which is, of course, what I'm sure you're already set up for. War and miss.
Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion.
Okay. I'll make sure to not do that, boss.
A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Kid's seen the last of them. Kid's roused up half the wilds by now.
You should probably stop arousing the wilds. That's not cool. You know, I run a family cast here.
Gotta keep a sure foot out there.
And not walk off holes I can't see.
Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. Hit him anywhere but the hindquarters and you only make him mad.
Good thing he got big ol' ass.
The calamity must have scrambled their eggs. Leave it to the kid to make time for stomping swamp weeds. Hardly any signs of the old Jocelyn camp. The wild's already reclaimed this place. Pow gives a wallflower a taste of its own medicine. He's anxious to get back.
Wouldn't you be? This is some fucked up territory, boss.
After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home.
Weird.
When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
That's a lot of them. Don't get me wrong, Har. That's a damn lot of them. Alright, so something coarse for the upgrade, something greasy is for the dueling pistols. I see, said the wise man. I see indeed. So, hence, foes shall strike with greater foes shall gain greater resistance to harm. Stab synth. Lunkhead liquor. Well, regardless, guys, I'm going to need to call it a night. And, well, I think we made it to a good point. A good enough point, indeed, at which to say farewell. It has been fun hanging out with you tonight. Glad you came out here and said hello, said the words, said the thing, said whatever it is you said, and stuff. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being my fans, my friends, my family, my audience, whatever you want to consider yourself. Thank you for being that person. And we will be back tomorrow or Sunday. Next week is going to be a special week because it is the spring break week for me, so I don't have class. I know I've got to be out a lot of the time, or periodically during the evenings to go get people. I got to get up early. I got to go out and do things in the afternoons. Stuff's got to be done still, so I don't have all the time in the world to come in here and fuck around. But, on the other hand, I do have a lot more time. And I don't have homework for most of the weekend, so I'm going to try and get some personal stuff done, but otherwise I will be able to spend a lot more time with you. So, on behalf of myself and the Choir Boy moderation team, thank you for watching, whether you're with us here live or in the archives. It has been a pleasure being your host. We will be back when we're back. I kind of already went over that, so like I like to close all of my casts, the little monologue I like to give so much. May whatever you put your faith and your hope into bring you the best of all possible futures. May you never be alone. May you never need, and may you never, ever want. Well, wanting's cool. Needing, that sucks. I hope nothing but peace and security to you and yours. And until I see you again, friends, enemies even,